Oh my God, my gorgeous Cancerini, you're gonna be so happy at the beginning of this week. You're gonna be so delighted. You're gonna feel the happiness and the energy you haven't felt in absolute ages. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you were sad, miserable, or negative or anything like that. But only when we reach such an important stage of our lives, and only when we get a message, which message you're actually going to have. This message which you're going to have at the beginning of this week, it's really gonna blow you away. It's really going to surprise you. And on another note, it's going to have an impact and effect on you like you've just been reborn, literally. Everything, every single thing is going to start making sense now. And it's to do with something being terribly and dreadfully delayed. It's to do with an aspect of your life that you were passionate about always, since you know yourself, but at some moment in time, at some point in your past, there was a slight reconnection going on, and you were dealing with some kind of a trauma. And at the time when you were dealing with some kind of a trauma, this is what this trauma has kind of like maybe just temporarily taken away from you. And this is completely natural and it's completely normal. So now, not only that this message is going to blow you away, it's going to surprise you, but it's really gonna really kind of, you're gonna surprise, how you're gonna feel, how excited you're gonna feel, how happy you're gonna feel, and you're gonna be reminded of that aspect of your life, and you will know and you will fully understand that this is something that you cannot live without. Maybe this is some kind of a talent, or maybe this is something that it's very unique to you, but I'm telling you that this is something that is like kind of unique to you, yes indeed, but it's also something that when you do this, when you're doing this, you really kind of feel alive. When you're doing this, you know that you're really good at it, and this is the part of your destiny. It's part of your soul purpose. It's part of your spiritual purpose. So on one hand, it also means that you have overcome a really difficult challenge along the way, where this had to be on a side for just a little while indeed. But I'm telling you, it's to do with some kind of a trauma that you had from a long time ago, and after that trauma, this kind of changed. So this message is going to be amazing. So I hope this is not too confusing, my gorgeous Cancerini. This message, it's going to mean to you so much. It's going to surprise you instantly, like, everything is going to start making sense. And at the same time, you will know what do you want to do. You will just know, oh my God, and now it's time for action, my gorgeous Cancerini. Now it's time for action. That's exactly how you're gonna feel after you get this message. And it's like, this is brilliant because it's gonna happen completely unexpectedly. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, not only this is gonna happen completely unexpectedly, now you will be able to do what you wanted to do in such a long time. Trust me, this in itself is going to become absolutely obvious. This is brilliant and the direct result of karma. Of a good karma, indeed. And also, you know what? There is something else which is going to happen at the beginning of this week. It's to do with the justice. Whether this is to do with like you maybe like started some kind of process of justice like a while back, like a proper justice, something to do with a court or something like that, or whether it's to do with something that kind of started like a while back and then you had to like kind of wait for a long time for someone to kind of give you the clue, or someone to tell you the answer, or someone to tell you something. You were just waiting for some kind of response. So it's either to do with a proper legal justice, or it's either to do with you waiting for somebody to decide something that you were like, oh my God, walking on eggshells, like for absolute ages, because of that. So amazing moment you're going to have, and this is going to be brilliant. So some kind of a justice, my gorgeous Cancerini, justice is also coming to you, which is absolutely brilliant. And it's not only about that, it's about the advice. There is some kind of mind-blowing, life-changing advice that you're also going to learn along the way. Okay, at around that time when you become aware of this justice, at around that time you are going to hear some kind of advice which is not going to be told you like directly. No one is going to tell you this advice directly, but you're going to find find yourself at the right place at the right time through the power of synchronicity, and you are gonna hear some kind of advice, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, it's gonna be absolutely perfectly matching your situation and what was like kind of currently on your mind. So pay attention to this. It's gonna be like, can they read my mind? What is going on here? It's gonna be just like that. So at around that time, also it is gonna be life-changing advice that you are on top of all this going to become aware of, which is absolutely brilliant, because that life-changing advice is also going to bring you control over your life, you know, back. I'm not saying that you didn't have a control before, but you will. This is going to be obvious why I decided to express myself in this particular way. And also, at around the beginning of this week, I'm not gonna lie to you, at around the beginning of this week, there is gonna be an unexpected situation. So one unexpected situation is gonna be this, but another two unexpected situations. So one is gonna be fantastic, big mama, brilliant, and another unexpected situation you're not going to like, but you knew that this is going to happen. Some kind of a negative situation is going to take place, some kind of a dark tower, which is gonna shake things up just a little bit to you. But then again, at the same time, you expected this, you knew it, and you knew it, that this tower is going to happen, this negative situation is going to happen. You knew this, but you were absolutely powerless about it for such a long time. So it's like kind of became like more like a waiting game than anything else. And there is this wonderful, gorgeous male person who is really going to inspire you at around that time. So this tower, it's actually going to happen. You knew that this is going to happen. So it's more like you're gonna have this great sense of being relieved than anything else as soon as that happened. And even more so, shortly after that moment in time, there is this man, this very spiritual man, very unusual man, somebody very emotional, somebody different, somebody who's not afraid of themselves being themselves, somebody who's bizarre in lots of people's eyes, and somebody who is like really amazing in lots of people's eyes. I suppose this person is like, again like something like a Marmite a little bit. So you know, that person is really going to inspire you at around that time, because first of all, you're going to be like, oh no, this tower, oh no, and then you're going to be like, you know what, I'm glad this happened, because I knew that this is going to happen, and I was powerless about this. So I was just basically waiting for this to happen. Do you know what I mean? And then at around that time, you're gonna have this beautiful spiritual man who is actually gonna really kind of also like, you know, like there is some kind of idea that you're going to have what you're gonna do now, that it's gonna like also really inspire you. And that particular idea you couldn't have done before while this tower, you couldn't have done before when it comes to this situation connected to that tower, you see. So this is the moment where you are going to actually be set free in so many different ways, because you are gonna pretty much so nicely and gently, slowly but surely, you're gonna turn towards your passion, and that's exactly what you should be doing in your life. So this tower in itself, it's actually gonna work in your favor, because you knew it, that this is unavoidable and this is going to happen. It's just how we kind of feel about the things, you know. You can either feel like, oh, really bad and negative, unnecessary, or you just accept the situation, bye darling, and just move on basically. And that's exactly what you need to do, okay? And at around the midweek, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's like, oh my god, how many people are actually going to be visited by the spirits when it comes to this week? It's like crazy, and it doesn't surprise me at all, because it's a lot to do with the energy. It's a lot to do with like a witch current full moon we had like recently and things like that. So this is why this is so important indeed. So you are going to be visited by this spirit at around the midweek, my gorgeous Cancerini, and it's going to happen at night when you're completely like either by yourself, or maybe other people are going to be sleeping, or if you are living by yourself, it's going to happen when you're by yourself. But it's going to happen later at night, and it's going to happen in such a way where something is going to make a very loud and abrupt noise. Oh, it's going to scare you like this a little bit, but then at the same time, as soon as that happens, moment you will be scared to start with, but then immediately you will feel this sense, this energy of who exactly this is. This is like a spirit, somebody who was in your life for a very long time, somebody who died and crossed over on the other side, and somebody who is using like a great deal of energy in order to convey this message for you, because it is not very easy for them to actually step through forward and do this. So this in itself requires a huge amount of energy from the spirit to actually like convey this message to you in such a specific way. So something is going to fall, you're going to get scared, but then again almost immediately you will know who this is. It's somebody who was in your life for a long time, somebody who you loved so much, and that person loved you as well. And when that happens, you just need to pay attention to what was on your mind. What was on your mind? There is some kind of option, something on your mind that you're so close to. You need to take this on. You need to go forward with some kind of option, some kind of opportunity, some kind of option. It's on your mind. You need to plunge in immediately. The spirit wants you to pay attention to that particular option that was on your mind at around the time when something fell down. So this is the sign, and this is the message that the spirit is actually bringing you, to release the negative energy and to just go forward with this option that is on your mind, because it's so important, and you seem to maybe at the moment just standing in your own way when it comes to that. So this in itself, it's going to be such an important message. Just to I hurt my shoulder so badly. Sorry, I hurt my shoulder so badly. So now, when I make like a certain move, it's like a nerves. I can't really help it. I can't really help it. Mentally, I'm fine. Spiritually, I'm fine. But when it comes to my shoulder, it's like, oh God, it's like a nerves. You can't really help. So yeah, so what I was going to say, it's like basically, so this in itself, it's as soon as you become aware of that noise, then you need to understand that it's more about reflecting on your mind. What do you need to which option, what were you thinking about? You need to go for it. You need to do something about it, but you also need to put this as a priority number one as well at this stage of your life. On another note, what else is going to happen when it comes to the actual, when it comes to the midweek? I mean, this is, I don't know what to say, my gorgeous Cancerini. I don't know what to say. This is going to be brilliant. There is another wish. This is going to be so personal to you. Something is going to come true here. This is going to be so personal. Some kind of wish is going to come true. The fact that some kind of a wish is going to actually come true, this is going to be so personal. This is going to mean to you so much. You will know that after this moment in time, your life is going to change. This is going to bring an ultimate change in your life, slowly but surely. You're going to find yourself facing the first steps right now. As soon as you become aware of this wish coming true, my gorgeous Cancerini, that means that now you're going to be able to make a really important decision. And that decision is going to be consisting of you understanding what exactly do you need to do, and understanding what do you need to commit yourself to at this stage of your life. This is on one hand going to transform your life, but then on another hand, you are really your future is gonna become so beautiful and so promising here. There are gonna be so many ideas when it comes to your future, and you're gonna like this. So many new ideas when it comes to your future. So you will understand and you will know clearly that something very powerful has just unlocked within. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, you are gonna be basically, you're going to be working on something. You're going to be working on something, and you're going to find this really difficult. Some kind of a project, you're going to find this really difficult. And then even more so, you're going to be like a little bit defensive when it comes to this particular project. You're going to find this difficult, something very difficult. It's just difficult is to start something, and then this is going to make you feel it's going to start making you feel like really defensive as well at the same time. And it's going to lead towards you oh God, feeling really tired, really drained after that, and then you're gonna feel the need to sit down or chill out or lie down a little bit, like a kind of meditation state type of thing. You're not going to be able to help yourself. This is because you've been drawn into this very powerful hermit mode. And what is going to happen after that moment in time, you are going to be contemplating. But it's important to be within this meditation stage, because at the same time you just go towards so many different dimensions. You open your mind and you understand so much more than you normally do. So this is why this is going to be enlightening healing in so many different ways. You're going to go into this mode of the actual contemplation, and you're going to be thinking, what am I going to do? I want to start this project. I'm working on this. I'm having difficulties. I'm finding this really challenging. And then you're going to be like contemplating what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do. And then suddenly, it's going to come to you. A clear direction is going to be provided to you. A clear direction is going to become absolutely obvious. What do you need to do and what do you need to go for? And not only that, this in itself is going to bring so much confidence when it comes to you at this stage of your life. And it's also going to be the right thing for you to do. So when you go into this mode, the clear direction is going to come to you, and you will know exactly what do you need to do when it comes to that particular project that you had the difficulties to start with. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you.